So, part 2 of the Cameron Forsyth syruping operation. We're getting close to an exciting moment here. We're pretty close to having syrup in the right-hand pan there. By the way, you'll notice that I put fire bricks around the pans. That just keeps the boil inside. You can see that you're getting close to syrup, partly because the nature of the boil changes. The bubbles just get kind of small and furious. That's a syrup boil, and soon it's gonna kind of start swelling up in the pan. And you can see this is raw sap. It's got no color at all. Looks like water, tastes like sap. This is where it's all been going to. It's 30 to 40 gallons of sap to make 1 gallon of syrup. So there's been an awful lot of sap distilled into this. It'll end up being somewhat less than 1 gallon of syrup when all is said and done, but that'll last us better part of a year, and that's just a one day operation. Now this is the old-fashioned way of verifying whether that's sap or syrup that we're looking at. You look at the spoon very carefully. You dip it into the pan. You can see that golden brown stuff coming out. The question is, what happens when you turn it on its side? Does it just drip off like that? When it starts sticking to the edge of the spoon, instead of just dripping off like that, it's not quite syrup yet, it's still sap. But all of a sudden there'll come a moment really soon when it starts sticking to the edge and you see a line instead of a drip. And that's called sheeting in this highly technical trade. And that is when it's imperative to pull the syrup right off of the stove and right off the heat, because you don't want to overcook it. Once it's turned to syrup, it's syrup. If you keep cooking it at that point, bad things will happen. You'll get syrup, but it'll start to crystallize as soon as you pack it. So we're really, really close. I thought I might be able to show you some sheeting here. I almost might, but frankly, there's only one of me, and I got stuff to do when this starts to sheet. Come on, give us a little, give us sheet. We're close, close, close. We're just kind of firing on all 4 burners. You need a good supply of propane to do this. But don't forget, the rewards are great. That's this year's crop so far.